We're on Baba Metzia, Perak Hey, Mishnah Tet, ninth Mishnah, and the fifth chapter of Second Baba Metzia. We're going to talk about, we discussed this in the last Mishnah, but this is the based in. I don't know why this Mishnah is behind the last Mishnah, but we're going to talk about the idea of Sa'ah b'Sa'ah, okay, of borrowing one Sa'ah to return a Sa'ah later. That you're not allowed to do that because we're afraid it's just simply going to go up in value, it's going to be rebeat. So this is a Mishnah. Lo yamar adam l'chavero. Okay, you shouldn't say to a person, Halveni kor chitim, v'ani etem lecha legoren. Lend me a core, some amount of chitim, of grain, of wheat, and I'll give you legoren when I have it later on, after the harvest. And the reason obviously is because when you borrow it, it's worth X, and when you pay back, it's worth Y. So that's considered interest. If the value goes up, you're paying back more than you received. So the way you do it is give me a kor chitim for the fur that's valued X, and I'll pay you back the money. Avalo merlo, but he can say halveni ad shiavo b'ni, or ad she'emza maftech. My son has it, so my son is on the way from Yad Binyamin. He's traveling up to the north with his shipment, or ad she'emza maftech. I don't have the key, meaning if you have it, that's fine. That's a bartender. Dekevan sheyeshlo shapir dami. Since you have it, it's fine because it's not as if you're just switching. It's not as if I'm paying you back at a later time. The lo gazur Rabbanan ela kishe'eno. The Rabbanan only made a gzera when he doesn't have it all. But you can do a trick, the bartender says. Let's say, so if I really want to borrow the wheat, there's a way of doing it. Because if I have one sa'ah, let's say I have, a very small amount. You can borrow as much as you want. Why? Because the way it works is the following. If I have, I have an orange, but I want to borrow 50 oranges. So I say, okay, well, I have one orange, so do me a favor, lend me one orange, okay? So great, you can lend me one orange because I have one. I can pay you back that one. But now I have two. So could you lend me two more oranges? Right, so now I have four. Could you lend me four oranges? So as long as I have a small amount, that's what Bartuder says, you're okay. Because every single one you have, armina lo tehei tachteh. Every time I take one, okay, you can say it should be instead of it. Okay, sharei eina kruya lemalveh. It doesn't belong to the malveh, the person lending. Because the lover can sell it and eat it, etc., etc. So that's a trick you can do. The Bartuder says, okay, he borrows each one. Every single one that he's borrowing, every single, in this case, se'ah of a core, like I don't know how many se'ah there are in a core. You all remember? I don't remember. Whatever. You can still, as long as you have a small amount, you borrow on that basis of that small amount, and you borrow and you borrow, and then you say, I have more than that. I could sell it, but I can give it back to you if you want. So each small amount, that's okay. Hillel Oser. Hillel says no. I think Hillel is basically saying no tricks. Not until your son gets home. The Kati says afilu kishiyesh lo chitim bebeito. Okay, and even if you have chitim in your house, no sa'ah, no chitim bechitim. No, because then you get to all kinds of tricks, and that leads to interest. Hillel also said, "Lo tave isha kikar lechaverta ad shetasenu damim." She shouldn't even borrow a kikar, a loaf of bread from her neighbor ad shetasenu damim. Okay, meaning don't borrow. You have a cup of wheat? Can I borrow a sack of flour until you turn it into value? Shema yokiru chitim. Maybe the wheat will go up in value. V'nimtzau ba'od lidei repeat, and it turns out they'll come to repeat. Hillel says even that small amount, if you borrow a cup of flour, or you borrow not only a cup of flour, let's say a sack of flour, the prices fluctuate. If she has to pay you back a sack of flour, if you have to pay her back a sack of flour next week, and now it's worth more money, it's rebeat. We don't pass them like Hillel. I guess if you have a small amount, okay, even though if you have a small amount, you can borrow a cup of flour, a sack of flour, and return it stam, and that's not rebeat. I think what's the difference between household and quantities? Everyone knows if it's for household use and I just need it now, that's one thing. If a person is borrowing a larger quantity in order to do business, that's another thing entirely. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman.